according to Global Library of Women's Medicine, in 2011, 46,470 women were affected with endometrial cancer. That represents 6% of new cancer cases that has been reported. What does that mean? It means that out of 39 women born in the USA, one of them will be affected with endometrial cancer. That is just the USA. Now, according to the same Global Library of Women's Medicine, their worldwide record was 287,000 new cases. Now, this cancer usually touches women of age between 40 and 65. And the average age for the occurrence of this cancer is 61. This is a simple representation of the female reproductive system, comprising the vagina, the ovary, the fallopian tube, and then the uterus. Now, someone must ask, which part of the uterus is usually affected by endometrial cancer? As the name has already suggested, it is endometrial. Now, so let's look at the various parts of the uterus. We have the perimetrium, that is the outer covering of the uterus, which is represented here in black. And then the myometrium, that is the muscular portion of the uterus. And the endometrium, this side, the inner portion of the uterus. And it is this side, the endometrium, that is usually affected by this cancer. If you look closely, you realize that there is a connection between the endometrium and then the vagina. So you'll not be surprised to see that someone who has endometrial cancer will be bleeding through the vagina. So that is why one of the symptoms that let us know, or that will let you know that what you're having is maybe a cancer or something inside the uterus is what? Bleeding. Because any blood that is coming out from the endometrium can pass through this place into the vagina. Before we continue, if today is the first time you are clicking on my channel, thank you so much for clicking. And I would like you to subscribe and remember to press the notification button so that you get the notification immediately I post a video. More new videos and good content like this one are coming. And in case you have been a subscriber for a very long time, thank you so much for staying. Now let's continue the video. Someone will ask, what are the risk factors? And to list them for you, one major cause of this cancer is hormone imbalance. So, when you are under unopposed estrogen therapy, that means you are just under estrogen. The estrogen and progesterone must balance each other out. But when one is more than the other, that can cause a problem. High amount of estrogen is responsible for this cancer. Now, some other times you can have estrogen producing tumors. That means these tumors, what they do is they just produce estrogen. And the higher the amount of estrogen in the system, the higher the risk of having endometrial cancer. Now, tamoxifen. Now, let me tell you a story about this drug. It's actually a drug. Now, the hormone estrogen works with the mechanism of lock and key. That means there is a receptor that only the estrogen can. Let me put it this way. There's a lock, and the hormone estrogen is the key. It's the only one that can open it. And the form of this receptor is in a way that it's only the estrogen that can open it. But let's say, by whatever means, we are able to modify the form of this receptor. You imagine that the lock to your door, it is only your key that can open it. But when something happens, the size or the form of the hole into which the key is put is changed. You realize that the key cannot open it, and that means you'll not be able to enter your room. That is how it is. So this drug is an agent that modifies the receptor of estrogen. So it is used to treat breast cancer. So the tamoxifen is used to treat breast cancer with estrogen receptor positive. So that means that there are some breast cancers which are responsible for absorbing estrogen. It is the estrogen that enables them to grow. So when you block their receptor, they will not be able to receive the estrogen. What will happen? The cancer will die. So whilst you are using this tamoxifen to treat cancer of the breast, the same tamoxifen is responsible for the production of estrogen inside the endometrium. So it's like a double-edged sword. A positive effect and a negative effect. So when you are on this drug, it's a risk factor for the development of endometrial cancer. And obesity. When you are overweight, the risk of getting endometrial cancer is multiplied by 2. And what I mean by being overweight, someone will ask, how do I know I am overweight? You are overweight when your BMI is between 25 to 29.9 kilograms per meter squared. You are overweight. Now, if your BMI is higher than 30, from 30 to whatever value it is, you must know that you are obese. I hope that is clear. And then nulliparity or infertility. And diabetic patients too, they have high risk of developing this cancer. When you finish, you square it. You square it. That means when you are 20 meters. For you to plug into this formula, you need to multiply it again with 20. Alright, it's clear. That's how you calculate your BMI. So when it falls within this range, normally it's supposed to be less than this value. That means you are okay. Cool. Now let's move on. How will you know that you are having endometrial cancer? So how do they show? What are the symptoms? For this, I'll show you a video of someone who has experienced endometrial cancer. It's like from the horse's own mouth. The person is going to tell us directly what happened to her. And I'll request that, because this particular story is a personal one which is very dear to someone, it takes a lot of courage for someone to open up and share their deep, intimate messages on camera for people like us to listen to. So in case you want to say something about that video, I'll urge you to be kind to the person.
My name is Wendy Steele. I'm 41 years old and I live in Union Mills, Indiana. I am a homemaker and a homeschool mom.
This September we will have been married for 25 years and we have 8 children.
2 of whom we gave birth to biologically and 6 whom were adopted and born of our heart. The kids are our life. Last year, our daughter got married and we were able to cater the wedding ourselves, and we loved it just because we were able to put a lot of love into the meal. I was diagnosed November 2017 with endometrial cancer. I had struggled with blood loss, a lot of hemorrhaging, and hormone imbalance for 2 years. I called the gynecologist, and he was able to do a pap smear, an ultrasound, and a biopsy, and 4 days later, I was diagnosed.
It was just something we were going to have to deal with and do it together as a family.
The treatment I had after my diagnosis was a radical hysterectomy. After my hysterectomy, radiation was recommended, and I knew I wanted the best care I could get, and I decided that I needed to call CTCA. Over the course of 6 weeks, I had 25 radiation therapy and 2 brachytherapy. I also took advantage of some supportive therapies like nutrition, naturopathic consult, and massage. My faith in
The symptoms can vary from an individual to an individual. The symptoms that one person has might not be the same as the symptoms that another person too will have. That is why you are peculiar. You are peculiar, and you need to see a doctor immediately you are experiencing any of these signs, because it might be endometrial cancer. Abnormal vaginal bleeding, vaginal discharge, which can be foul smelling, which can have any color, yellow, brown, any color. Difficulty or painful urination, pain during intercourse or dyspareunia, as we say it medically. Unexpected weight loss. You are there, nothing is happening to you. All of a sudden you are losing weight. What happened? Nobody knows. You have to go and check. Weakness and pain in the lower abdomen. It's because that is where the uterus is located. So you are likely to have pain in your abdomen. But each of these signs, it doesn't mean that you have to wait and have all of these signs before you go and check. If you have 1 or 2, you need to go and check. It is not normal. Under normal circumstances, you are not supposed to have any pain. You are not supposed. There must not be blood that comes out from your vagina. Anything like that is abnormal. That's why you need to go and check. You don't wait to have everything. It might be too late. It might metastasize, or it might move to other part of your body. That is why you need to take a very drastic action. Immediately you spot any of these signs. Thank you for staying true to the end of this video. And